series on AI-led digital transformation. I'll just start the recording. It has been started. Okay. Before we begin, let me quickly introduce GoCrackit and our speaker for today. GoCrackit is a career-focused learning platform that helps students and professionals become industry-ready through practical workshops, interview preparation, case solving sessions, and AI-led upskilling programs. So over the years, we have worked with students from top colleges and professionals across domain to help them build practical skills that actually matters in today's job market. So today's session will be facilitated by Alok. He's a co-founder of GoCrackit and an alumnus of IIM Bangalore. Alok has worked extensively in the consulting and upskilling space, mentoring students and professionals on case studies, structured thinking, business problem solving, and the practical application of AI in business scenarios. So I'm sure this session will be highly insightful and practical for all of you. With that, let's get started. Over to you, Alok.
Yes. So first of all, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. So today, what we are going to do, we are going to take a typical AI case, which a lot of consulting companies are interested in, and they might want to test the same in their interviews, case interviews, and everything. So it's a very relevant topic for today's session. So let me present my screen first. Just give me a minute. I'm just opening my deck. Just give me a minute. Okay. So let me know once you're able to see my screen. Yes, I think now should be visible. Yeah.
Yes.
So basically we are going to focus on a consulting case where the idea is more strategic on technical issues on in this case AI digital transformation issues, and how do you decide, how companies decide when how to approach the AI led digital transformation. And we'll take an example of a retail firm, right? A very quick introduction. I think this someone has already mentioned. So I earlier I worked in PricewaterhouseCoopers as principal consultant. I was managing a large team of consultants for digital transformation projects. Right. I will try to share my experiences in the process. And in GoCrackit, I have kind of mentored more than 5,000 students and working professionals individually, and conducted more than hundreds of these kind of workshops. Maybe I'll take 1 minute to quickly refresh your memory on what is case or what is case interview. Typically, companies, consulting companies like McKinsey, BCG, Bain, Big Four, they do take Accentures, they do take case interviews where they will give you a business problem, a business situation, and see how do you approach that problem, how do you approach that situation to solve it. Right? It is basically designed to measure your problem solving skill. Okay, we'll see what kind of approach is required to be shown in these kind of interview in the today's session. Some of the characteristics of the cases would be that these are open-ended statements. Like a recruiter can just say that, okay, one of my companies, one of my client is losing profitability. What should we do? It could be open-ended, and it is your responsibility to get more information regarding the company, regarding the issue, and then go to the root cause of the problem. And they are generally inspired by the real-world situation. Okay, why companies do case interview? Because they want to measure your problem solving skills. They want to measure your tolerance for ambiguity. How much ambiguity you can tolerate, how can you structure in that ambiguity, and how do you communicate during that ambiguity. So these are some of the most important traits which are being evaluated by the recruiter in the case interview. And case could be from any domain, any industry. So don't worry if it is from defense industry, any industry or any function which you are not aware of, because it could be from any industry in any domain. You are not supposed to know that industry or domain because idea is same, right? If you don't know the industry, there's an ambiguity. How do you approach during that ambiguity is very important, right? So that's what is very important. Now let's start the today's case. So what I'll do, I'll read out the case for you, and then maybe we'll start discussing, start showing you what is an ideal approach for a case to solve. Okay, And as we discussed, that today's case is based on AI digital transformation, which is the very important theme which lot of companies right now are helping their clients on. We can expect these kind of questions can be in some way or other, can be also come up during any interview. Okay, so let's. So that's the this is the basically your case statement, that there is a client, your client, which is StyleKart, which is a leading fashion and lifestyle retailer in India with 250 stores and growing e-commerce business. Okay, so that's the context of the client, right? Now, this over last 18 months, this company has faced three major issues. What are these issues? One, their online traffic is increasing, but conversion rates are falling, meaning lot of people are going to their websites, their e-commerce website, but they're not converting into customers. They are just falling off without buying anything. Second, inventory write-offs have been doubled due to poor demand forecasting, meaning they have lot of unsold inventory which they have to write off. They have to sell at a very, let's say, cheaper price or at loss, right? So that's the second issue. And third is repeat customer rates are declining. So even if customers are buying things, they are they are not buying it again, right? So one, online traffic is increasing, but conversion rates are falling. Second, inventory write-offs have been doubled, meaning they are not able to sell the inventory, hence they have to write off the inventory, right? And third is repeat customer rates are declining despite the higher marketing spend. So that's the issue in this case, right? Now, a couple of more information, which is this, that meanwhile, digital native competitors, let's say D2C competitors, right? Direct to clients, direct to customer competitors are growing rapidly with more personalized and customer experience, more personalized customer experiences and leaner operations. And the CEO of this company, CEO of StyleKart, basically he believes that we should do AI-led digital transformation. We should use a deeper data science. That this could be a deeper data and decision making problem, and hence let's do a AI-led digital transformation. However, leadership is divided. Some see AI as a growth driver, while others fear it could be just an expensive distraction. So that's the problem statement. Just to repeat the problem statement, basically there is a company called StyleKart, which is a leading fashion and lifestyle retailer in India, and it is facing three problems. Online traffic is increasing, but conversion rates are falling. Inventory write-off have doubled due to poor demand forecasting. Repeat customer rates are declining despite higher marketing spend, right? And competitors, which are digital native D2C competitors, are doing well in the market with more personalized customer experience and leaner operation. And CEO believes that we should do AI-led digital transformation, and we need to decide whether to do, how to do, where to prioritize, right? Whether to do it or not, right? These are some of the things which we have to analyze. Okay, so that's the case, right? Now, my question to you would be, how do you approach this case? If this case is given to you, right, what would be your first instinct? What will you do? What will be your first step? What exactly you'll do? Let's say this is the case given to you. Anyone? You can put it in the chat. You can unmute yourself, and you can let me know. Anyone? Okay. So typically in this type of cases, the first and foremost thing is how do you approach the problem, right? How do you approach the case? And there's a step-by-step expectation from the recruiter which you should follow. That expectation is that you should first clarify the problem. You should make sure that you have understood the problem clearly. So you may ask some clarifying question, so that in order to not solve the case, just to understand the problem clearly, right? Then you set the objective to understand what exactly are you required to do in this case. then give a framework on how do you step by step approach this problem. What are the major uh, element of structure which you would like to see? What are the major component of value drivers or cost drivers, or what drivers would you like to see, or what steps will you take to, yes, correctly, Namrata, exactly. Current customer journey pain point. That could be one area. So how would you structure? What framework will you use to analyze this problem? And then if a data or a fact is given, how do you analyze that data, that fact, which will come to your insights? And from those insights, how will you recommend? And how do you defend that recommendation? So that is a typical expectation from any consulting interviewer, that you follow some of the almost all of these steps, right? So yeah, we can rebrand the website and softly go towards AI uses. That we can do, but my point is different. First, let's understand what's happening, and let's understand what are the options we have. Let's evaluate what are these options and which is the best option, right? Because it's an AI digital transformation case. The idea is not just to give solution on specific process or specific thing, but idea is also to decide on the ROI of this particular digital transformation, because it requires a lot of investment. And if you see the case, one of the very important thing they have said, which should be a clue to you, is that however leadership is divided. Some see AI as a growth driver, while other fear it could become an expensive distraction, right? So that's a very important clue which a recruiter might want you to explore more on, and this could be a framework which you should step by step follow to kind of answer any case, to approach any case. Now let's start with the clarify step. So in clarify step, first is definitely try to paraphrase the problem. If I understand you correctly, this is the task, and then you repeat whatever you listen to the problem, whatever you have heard, and just make sure that you have heard the problem correctly and you paraphrased it, so that there is no misunderstanding about what a recruiters or interviewer said and what you heard. So there absolutely should not be any issue. So hence paraphrase the problem. That is the first step in the clarification. Second is, in the clarification step, I would like you to tell me, in this case, is there any question, is there any clarification question would you like to ask recruiter? What kind of clarification question you may ask recruiter, which will improve your understanding of the case, which will improve your understanding of the problem? What could be some of those what could be some of those questions, right? What could be some of the clarifying question? Yes, AI chatbots can help, but since, as I said, we are talking about management consulting case in which we need to decide whether to do AI digital transformation or not, and if have to do, where to prioritize. We need to follow a step-by-step process to decide whether to do and where to do, right? It's more a strategic problem solving in this particular case. Maybe next week we will do one more case which is a bit more micro in nature. We will say some of these technologies and how they can be used. Okay, so can you tell me maybe any top 3 questions, or what are your top 2 or 3 clarifying questions which you want to ask recruiter around this case, right? What could be some of the top 2 or 3 clarifying questions which you ask recruiter, which will give you more understanding of the problem? Okay, so let's see some of those questions. So some of those questions could be like this: which of these 3 issues is having the biggest financial impact on the business today? So there are 3 issues, right? Online traffic is into these 3. Which one of them is giving you the maximum amount of financial issue, right? So that is the one question. Have competitors improved performance primarily through AI, or are there other operational advantages as well? So we said, right, that these guys are doing well. These competitors are doing well. So are they doing well because of the AI, or there's some other reason which we are not aware of? Does StyleKart, our company, currently have reliable customer and inventory data to support AI implementation? Do we have some data, clean data or reliable data to use it in our AI implementation? Are the declining conversion and repeat purchase rate happening across all channels or mainly online? The very important thing, is it happening? Because if it is happening in both the channels, then there is problem. There could be problem in maybe product also, pricing also. But if it is happening in online, then we need to see what are some of the online related issues, right? And then, is management looking for quick profitability, improvement, long-term transformation, or both? This is kind of an objective. What objective management is looking at? What is the expectation? Now, this is a very important piece which you should remember. Never ever jump to solving a thing in a case. Ask some clarifying question, because people don't understand the problem and they try to solve the wrong problem. And that is not what is appreciated by the recruiter. To always ask some of the clarifying question. Okay. Now, let's say the answers to some of these clarifying questions is this: that which issue has the biggest financial impact today? Let's say inventory write-off issue is the largest issue, and they are costing company nearly 180 crore annually. Have competitor improved performance primarily through AI, or are there other advantages? Competitors are using AI for personalization and demand forecasting, but they also operate with faster digital-first processes and leaner supply chain. Does StyleKart currently have reliable customer and inventory data? Customer transaction data is available and reasonably strong online. So we have good data for online, but maybe not for our other systems. Are declining conversion and repeat purchases happening across all channels? The problem is significantly worse online. The physical store have remained relatively stable. And the last is management looking for quick wins or long-term transformations? So basically, the CEO wants near-term profitability improvement, definitely within 12 months, but also building a long-term digital capability. So these are some of the clarifying questions which you will get, and it will also give a very good impression on recruiter that you have asked some valid question, and he would like to give you some more information and would like to discuss some of these things with you during the interview. Now, next is, before you go to the structuring, definitely take a step back and ask recruiter specifically what you expect from me to do in this case. Do you want me to do this or that? Basically, do you want me to give you solutions, or do you want me to give you that whether do we do AI digital transformation or not? If do, what kind of things we should do in that? Where do we prioritize? What exactly should I do in this? So you want me to evaluate whether should we do AI-led digital transformation, and yes, where should we prioritize? Is there any other objective? Generally, in this case, recruiter will tell you, yes, I want you to first tell me whether should we do AI-led digital transformation or not, and for that, what KPI will you measure? What will you measure? And second, if let's say we are going with AI digital transformation, where should we start? These are the two questions I want from you. Let's say this is what the recruiter would say to you. Okay. So let me take a break. Is there any, so far so good, right? All of you are with me. Maybe you can give me a thumbs up or something. All good? Everyone is with me? Okay, great. Now, the problem, this is a very good approach to ask the objective from the case recruiter, because that's where you will exactly know what recruiter is expecting from you in this interview. Definitely ask, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to evaluate this versus this? Whatever you say, recruiter will give you a more refined expectation from you. And that is very important for you to know, right? So you have got that now. Now let's get into structuring. What kind of framework should we use? What kind of things should we analyze? What kind of things should we do to find out, to meet these objectives, right? So let's say we divide that framework into 4 aspects. One is customer and revenue side problems. Second is operational and inventory problems. Third is AI opportunity assessment. And fourth is feasibility and risk. Right? Let's say these are the 4 buckets on which I want to analyze whether should we do AI digital transformation or not. So what I might want to do, for example, in customer and revenue problem, I would like to know why are conversion and retention declining. I would like to analyze customer journey and what are the personalization issue. I will see whether there is an issue in product recommendation or search experience or website experience. I would like to find out whether there is an issue in our pricing or promotion, or is there any issue in product. There may not be issue because our offlines are doing good, or at least they are stable. But still, I can say that I would like to see maybe they are not presented well on the system. And I will also like to analyze customer segment. Maybe a typical type of customer is not liking our product and they are not coming. Maybe more Gen Z kind of people are not coming to us. So I would like to understand this piece first, customer and revenue problems, where the problems are. Then secondly, I would like to know operational and inventory issue. Why there are inventory issue? Is it because we are not forecasting demand accurately? Is it because we are forecasting demand accurately, but we are not able to give inventory to right place at the right time and hence they are not being sold? Is there any issue in our supply chain, meaning we are not able to respond quickly to the demand? Or is it an issue of overstocking or stock out? Or what exactly are the problems we are facing in operational sites? Third, then I will analyze AI opportunity assessment, where AI can create highest value. A lot of you have spoken about this. We can optimize our marketing. We can optimize personal shopping experience. We can use AI for demand forecasting, replenishment. We can use customer service automation. Right. And last but not the least, what are the feasibility and risk? Do we have good data and quality? Do we have that data quality is good and they are integrated enough to analyze for the AI? Do we have technology infrastructure, or what technology infrastructure do we need? Do we have talent and organizational readiness for that kind of this? What is the ROI, implementation card, and changement? So basically what you have done, you try to show a framework on what are the different aspects or the pillars of your analysis which you like to do. So one is external analysis, customer revenue. One is internal analysis, operational inventory. One is AI analysis, where we will use AI, where can we use AI. And one is more importantly on the implementation side, how much feasible it is, what is the risk, what is the ROI, what are the specific of those things. So these are the buckets on which I would like to analyze things. Now, at this point of time, recruiter will ask you either, okay, tell me what KPI will you measure or what data you need to analyze whatever you want to analyze, right? And most of the time, either you will tell, okay, I need ROI data, or I need whatever your approach is. Based on that, you might say, I need X data, Y data, and Z data. Or most of the time, recruiter will give you the data which he or she has, and you are expected to analyze that data and come up with some insights. Okay, so let's see. Let's say the recruiter has given you this data. That let's say there are 3 initiatives they have identified, with which AI initiative which they have identified. One is AI demand forecasting, one is AI marketing personalization, one is AI shopping assistant. Then expected business outcome is reduce inventory write-off by 40%, improve repeat and purchase and a conversion, improve customer experience. Let's say their annual benefit, estimated annual financial benefit would be 72 crore saving with this AI demand forecasting. AI market personalization, 90 crore incremental value in the revenue. AI shopping assistant, 150 crore incremental value. Whereas your implementation cost for this is 30 crore, for this is 20 crore, and for this is 80 crore. While the time to implement is 6 months, 4 months, and 12 months. Okay. Now, given this data, let's do some number crunching, some simple number crunching. One is, and yeah, there are some more additional information. Then inventory write-off right now it's 180 crore annually, which we have seen in the initial problem statement also. Online gross margin of revenue is 20%. So if you are selling 100 rupees, we are getting 20 rupees as gross profit. And marketing spend is 300 crore annually. So that's the additional data given to us. Now we need to make sense of this data to find out which initiative should we prioritize, which initiative has maximum ROI. Okay, so let's see that. First is calculate benefit from demand forecasting. So what is the benefit from demand forecasting, which we have given? Actually, it is already given 72 crore, or so 180 crore is the current write-off. 40% reduction, I think it is given somewhere. Yeah, reduce inventory write-off by 40%. If you multiply 40% into 180 crore, it will come to 72 crore. It is actually given. We don't have to calculate it, but yeah, this is how it is calculated. So benefit from demand forecasting is 72 crore annually if you use AI in demand forecasting. Second, calculate profit impact of marketing personalization. So what is the profit impact of marketing personalization? See, what we are saying that if I do AI market personalization, I will get 90 crore incremental value. And what is my gross margin is 20%. So if I get 90 crore incremental revenue and my gross margin is 20%, what will be my incremental profit? Can somebody tell me? 90 crore incremental value, gross margin is 20%. So we are getting 90 crore like, what will be my gross margin? Can somebody tell me? 18 crore, correct path, right? Vertically, what we are doing is that if I do AI marketing personalization, I am getting 90 crore incremental value. And because my gross margin is 20%, hence 90 into 20, 18 crore is the profit, incremental profit, which I am getting because of AI marketing personalization. What will be my profit, incremental profit from AI shopping assistant? Incremental revenue is 150. Gross margin is 20%. What will be incremental profit because of this last initiative? If I do the last initiative, 30 crore, right? All of you are with me, or you want me to explain it again? Please let me know. Did you get, all of you, did you get how it came? You can give a, yeah, great, right? So what we have done, great. So what we have done, basically, let's create a table that if I do AI demand forecasting, I am saving 72 crore. If I do marketing personalization, I am getting 18 crore as a profit. If I am doing shopping assistant, I am doing 30 crore as a profit. 70 crore is saving, which is again going into bottom line only. And my implementation cost is 30 crore, 20 crore, 80 crore, which is given in the data here. 30 crore, 20 crore, 80 crore. So if you see my ROI of profit is 2.4x, 0.9x, and 0.4x. And if you see the time taken for all these is 6 months, 4 months, 12 months, right? 4 months and 12 months. If you want to prioritize only one, what would you prioritize with this data? Either one or two or three. Which one would you like to prioritize with this data? That's what a recruiter will ask, right? Demand forecasting. So now there's a very important insight I want to give you here, which is, see, while the revenue is huge here, incremental revenue is 150 crore, AI shopping assistant, but my incremental profit is only 30 crore and my implementation cost is 80 crore. Hence, my ROI is not so great. Versus if I do a inventory wala thing, demand forecasting wala thing, my investment is very less and my ROI is huge. So I have to not just look at revenue. My objective is to look at profit, because that's where my bottom line is increasing. And hence my decision criteria here was not revenue, but profit. And hence I said, okay, I will go with this first, because that's what looks like a very good thing. So that's the insight I have written here. So at a glance, the customer facing AI initiatives seem more exciting. Another thing is, see what happens in organization. Demand forecasting is very boring, right? Versus AI chatbot, AI marketing initiative. This looks very, very, glossy. But real value in this case, in most of the cases, if you see, will be derived from boring things, right? So never ever go with high flashing recommendation. Understood the bottom line. Understand the bottom line, numbers, impact, and then only you go with whatever decision is the best for right, for this thing, right? So that's a very important lesson in AI I'm going to give you. Never ever only see the glossy and the flashy implementation things. Apply all these logics and then only decide based on the pure play data on what you need to do, what you want to do, where you want to strategize, right? So that's a very important lesson we are getting. Now, the recruiter may ask you, okay, we have analyzed, and now you just recommend. Please recommend your recommendation. So let's say you recommend something like that I would recommend that StyleKart proceed with AI transformation, but prioritize operational AI first before scaling customer-facing AI. So AI demand forecasting, let's say highest ROI 2.4, directly address 180 crore inventory write-off, faster implementation 6 months. Maybe the second could be AI market personalization, improve repeat purchase and conversion, builds customer. So you are giving a phase-wise, this thing, phase-wise recommendation on what should be done. Now, in this case, what generally will happen? Interviewer will have at least one objection on your recommendation, right? We will be, the recruiter will be giving you one objection, may give you one objection generally. So this could be, let's say, one of the objection that your recommendation seems very operational focus, and his tone will also be like that. Yeah, this is very operational focus. I don't think you've understood the problem. Your competitors are winning customers through superior digital experience. Why we are not moving to? Why we are moving so slowly towards customer-facing AI? Now that's the tone. But he or she wanted to check how much logic you can give to your recommendation. And what is the logic you are giving? First, you are saying ki, yes, you're right. I agree, customer experience is critical, but this is also a sequencing decision, not a trade-off. You are saying, I'm not saying we will not do these two things. I am saying, let's do this. This is low-hanging fruit, highest ROI. Immediately, it will improve my bottom line in 6 months. StyleKart biggest issue today is 180 crore inventory losses. Fixing forecasting first delivers the fastest ROI while also improving product availability for customer. That is also important. Na? If you cannot sell product to customer because it is not available, what is the point of doing all these things? Hence, additionally, customer facing issue is only as good as the underlying data. Once you do this, you will have a better data also, which will help you in customer facing AI issue also. Hence, I will prioritize. So you have to give some logic on why versus why not. Yeah, I'll answer this question. Very good question, Archana. Excellent question. I'll answer this. So why not? So don't buckle down under pressure. Keep your calm. Have a conversation with the recruiter. I agree with your point, sir. This is what my thinking is. Now, you are not saying this is right or wrong. You're saying this is my approach. This is my thinking is. No way you can be right or wrong in any case studies. It's just about approach and that discussion which you're having with your interviewer, right? So always keep it that way. Don't get afraid or scared. Okay, I have said something wrong. So do not get nervous. Do not say something like yes, yeah. I think you're right. We should do that. Or Operation AI is more important than customer experience. This is not the case. Both are important. We are just doing this thing. We should not say we should delay customer facing AI completely. We should not say the shopping assistant doesn't make financial sense. These are too absolute. Everything makes sense. It is just about trade-off and not the trade-off also. In this case, sequencing. We'll do this, do this first, this first. This is my region. It could be wrong what you're saying. But if you have a logic, if you have a confidence, right? That's what is more important. That conversation is very important with the recruiter. Okay. So that's what it is. So yeah, so that's the this thing. Just to revise what we have done, we have seen one framework on how to approach any case, and this approach is clarify, objective, structure, analyze, and recommend. And we have seen a pure play, very updated recent case on how do you use AI, digital transformation, how do you really analyze things, right? Now, to answer your question, your question was that how do we know when to go deeper into operation versus customer experience? That's where I'm saying you don't know where to go. You need to keep having a conversation with the recruiter. Recruiter will tell you, okay, I'm not satisfied with this. Can you do this also? Or why you are going there? Either you give me a region and make me satisfied, or if you can't satisfy me, you go there. You keep checking with the recruiter. Okay, I am going there. This is what my thinking is. Do you think it is okay, or do you want me to go somewhere else? Right? And you give your reasoning. So it is always about having that discussion and a conversation with the recruiter. That is what is more important than an absolute answer to an absolute question. Right? So last couple of slides. Listen carefully, paraphrase your understanding. Key points to remember for case studies. Do not jump to solve the problem. Never ever jump to solve the problem. Show your approach. Have that conversation. Take interviewers hint. They will give you a lot of hint, lot of direction. Keep talking to them. Keep having a, that both of you are in the same page. Think aloud. If you get stuck, it's okay. But do not give up. Just keep going forward. These are some of the resources. gocrackit.com/resources, where you can see some frameworks explanation also. If you can form a group of 2 to 3 students or people and start practicing cases, practice is very important. Lot of cases you will get here in gocrackit.com resources. Yeah, there are some more resources. We are doing some AI workshops, AI automation using N10, AI agentic AI using Claude. This is on 30th. Yeah, this is on 30th and this is 23. if you want, you can take a screenshot and later on, either you can refer us to someone or you can join this workshop yourself. And last but not the least, this definitely here, this is free of cost. We have created a AI management consulting case interviewer. You can take this screenshot or you can take this. Let me see if I can share this link with you, and you can keep practicing there the way we have discussed. And definitely, please give us feedback there. We want to improve this AI case interviewer management consult, and we are adding more interviews also. Not just management consulting case, but later on product management case, later on behavioral interviews, later on marketing interviews, all types of domain interviews. Please give us the feedback. Definitely give us the feedback. If you like it, if you don't like it, what we can improve, what we should retain. We want a very raw feedback from all of you so that we can improve. We will try to do these kind of session every week at least once, and if the time permits more, but definitely let's keep connecting with all of you. Yeah. So one question is, sir, what are the biggest mistake candidates make when solving AI transformation case study in interview? I think the biggest mistakes which I have seen specifically for AI case is you are directly jumping to the solution and use case of AI. Like we can use chatbot, like we can use AI in marketing. That should be used, but not in that direct sense. We need to have a proper justification, a reason, an approach on how do we find out where is the problem, hence what is the solution we needed there. Right? So that is this thing. Yes, you can unmute and ask. Rishabh.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Anshul, you can do that. Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
I'm
Rishabh.
audible, sir.
Yes, Rishabh, let me know.
So my question was, for example, in industry like insurance, which is heavily regulated and very complex sort of. So
Yes.
if there is a company in case study, for example, like the company, it's an insurance company, life insurance, whatever insurance it may be. Let's say they have already done some AI ML transformations, but how do we spot more opportunities for
Yeah.
them? Like,
Yeah. So there are two things. Okay, good question. For any industry, ultimately they have some business objective. Their business objective could be that they want to increase their revenue or they want to increase their profitability. Let's say one of them. First of all, you need to understand one, are they meeting their business objective, or they are not able to meet? Or they are able to meet, but with some of this solutioning, they can meet their objective much faster. They can accelerate. So whenever you are solving any case or anything, first try to understand the business problem or business opportunity this company is trying to achieve and where they are. Wherever they are, from where they are to where they want to go, you need to see that how can AI use. Now, where you will find AI opportunities is, for example, you can do a competitor benchmarking. Competitor insurance company is using AI and they are able to process the policy in 1 hour versus you do it in 1 day. Now there is a huge scope of improvement, right? So you do benchmark and then you find out, okay, these are the issues where we can use AI further to improve this. You can also understand from other company, other industries. Okay, these industries are using AI here also. We can also use it. So you do a very good benchmarking, right? And then you decide, okay, this is all things we can do for your companies as well. Did I answer your question?
yes, sir.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. So yeah, one more question. In AI transformation cases, should we prioritize business problem first or AI use case? See, Nikunj, my idea is even if you're applying for a technology company, let's say even if you're applying for a Google and Microsoft, even if you're applying for an Accenture, even if you're applying for McKinsey, even if you're applying for Infosys and TCS, which are pure play tech companies, always start with business and then go back to technology. Technology helps you achieve business objective, not other way around. So if I have to use AI, first I will find out where is the problem in the business, where is the opportunity in the business, what I want to achieve in the business, or what are the problems in the business. Then I will say, okay, here we can use this kind of AI system to improve this business objective. That's the very important thing which all of us should remember, that everything which is, and another one more insight, every company is using AI. Maybe a majority of them are not successful in using AI because their approach is I will use AI here and here and here. They are not seeing AI as part of their business strategy. And that's why it is very important to know that where do I use AI so that it gives me that business objective or it solves me that business problem, right? Excellent. So I thank you so much everyone for joining in. We'll keep doing this session. Let's be in touch. I don't know, let me see if I can share my LinkedIn ID. LinkedIn, yeah. Okay. So this is my LinkedIn and all the very best, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.